thing with the Vulture I didn't like is it wasn't quite as I forget if it was maneuverability or speed. I haven't used it in a while. I think it was speed. I'm pretty sure it was maneuverable. Like you could spin around on people and get a line on them, but it was slow. Like if a cobra or something I was fighting, they'd like run away and I couldn't catch them, and it was like, man. But if they stood and fought, I usually would take them apart in that ship. It was a nice little fighter. I liked that ship. I'm tempted to get another one just because it was so beast and I could just sit in like conflict zones and stuff and, you know, with all energy weapons and just go about my merry way like all day long. Now, I will say, that was pre some of the latest updates, so I don't know that it's still that tough. But it used to be. I know that for sure. So there's that kind of option. We could always go down to the Vulture and fully upgrade it. The other thing with the Vulture is it was a power hog. I mean, that thing just... You could hardly do anything with it without it running out of power. Which was kind of annoying, but you know, you can find pretty good structures and ways to outfit them to where it's okay. But I am intrigued to try new ships. They keep adding new ships, and there's stuff that I couldn't afford before because I wasn't making good enough money. So I'd really like to get into a new one, a better one, you know. But, as a lot of people were saying, that once you get past the Vulture and into, like, the Fer-de-Lance, a lot of things are more of a what suits you rather than a what's better. For example, the bigger ships, the Clipper, the Anaconda, the Cutter, stuff like that, they'll have, no bounties. Okay. I hit a button. That was weird. What do you have? Wait a minute. Ah, crud muffin. That's a Mark III. I had a Mark IV. That was a different ship. I knew it looked different. Dagnabbit. They gave me a ship and I just sold it. Oh well, I've been told it wasn't all that great anyway. So this really has nothing going on. So let's see if we can find Founders. I'm pretty sure it's not that far from Seoul, and we're not that far from there, so... or it could be a hop, skip, and a jump. It's not bad. 60. What's that going to put us at? Few jumps. So I'm going to do this. We're going to go over there, because I have the ability to go there, and everything's cheaper, and they have everything. So it kind of is one of those, why wouldn't I? So I'm going to meet you guys in the Founders world, and we'll see if we can outfit something better, and then actually do something with this episode. Alrighty, so we have arrived here at Jameson Memorial. Also known as the only station in the Founders world, I believe, unless they've changed that for planets. I don't know. I think there are some landable stations now, but as far as, like, space stations, I'm pretty sure this is the only one in Shinrarta. Or Founders World, whatever you want to call it. There is a landable spot there. There. Ooh, now that's an interesting one. Because that has rings, so I wonder if there's a resource extraction site here. That would be really interesting, because you could actually hunt and land on the same planet. That would be kind of cool, actually, but I don't know I don't think Shinrarta has any... I hope I'm saying that right, by the way. Shinrarta, I think so. So yeah, I don't think they have any extraction sites, but that would be kind of cool. I don't know what I have to repair, but sure. Let's do contacts. Oh, I can redeem some. Oh, this happened to me on my way in, actually. I got interdicted by an NPC, but I had, like, music and stuff going in the background. I wasn't ready to record because I was just doing some flying. And so I was like, well, I'm just gonna kill this guy. It was a little diamondback. So I got rid of him. I think he gave me, like, 30 grand in bounties, but 20 of them apparently were for the actual Federation pilot system. Pilot Federation. Whatever. Okay, so we don't have any missions we can take, so let's go directly to Shipyard. So, we have Sidewinder, Eagle, Hauler, all the normal stuff, Adder, Imperial Eagle. Now, this one was one of those I always thought about trying, which we have the money, we could probably fully kit it out and be good to go, but it is kind of a step down. Like, it's an eagle, and they're really vulnerable. And yeah, this was the one that I totally sold. Now this is interesting. The Mark III has a... well, we got some text screw-ups there. We have a higher top speed and boost speed in the Mark III, but in the Mark IV you're slower, so that's interesting. What kind of weapons does it have? 2 small, 2 medium. And this is 2 small, 2 medium. So I'm not really sure what the appeal is to the 4, other than it's newer and cooler looking. Diamondback Scout, Cobra Mark IV. The normal one is the Mark III, so that's another thing that we can actually get. Diamondback Explorer. Imperial Courier is only 2 million to buy. Now its top speed and boost speed is lower, but I have really high-end thrusters on this, so I don't know if that's comparable. It does only have 3 Class 2 hard points, which is a little disappointing. And all that good stuff. So we're going to keep that one in mind. Keelback, not really interested in. The Scout, meh. Vulture we could do again. This has 2 Class 3 large points, which we know do a lot of work. The Explorer, I actually got, I'm not sure how, but it's something in the newsletter said I was supposed to get like a gold paint job for the Explorer, which I thought was really cool, but I don't really like that it only has 2 medium, and it does have 4 small though. So you could do like 2 medium chain guns and 4 small lasers or something and probably do pretty decent. Not a high enough rank or have enough money to buy that one. Now, here's the other thing. Alright, so let me get this out of the way. I'm really looking at the Courier because a lot of people have told me it's light, it's fast, it's nimble, it's a good little ship. It's kind of the strike fast and hard and get out of there version of the Clipper. The Clipper was more of a tanky, stay there and attack things. This was more of a swoop in, do strikes, and then get out. But, having said that, the Fer-de-Lance, I believe, is worth like 50-something mil, if the shipyard site is right. Imperial Clipper's 20... The Federal gunship is 32, but I'm not actually... Oh, that's interesting. The Clipper's faster than the Fer-de-Lance? I really thought the Fer-de-Lance was really fast. So it's 46. Now, that could be from being at Founders. They might be giving me a discount. So if I were to sell my ship right now, I could probably buy a Python. Actually, I'm not going to do... Ooh, it has 3 large... And 2 medium. That's pretty good. Oh wait, no, large is only class 3, so that's not crazy. I'm just gonna see this real quick. So, right out the gate, it would cost me 51, but my ship is worth 57. So I could buy this and make a 6 million profit. And then I would be looking at something like 15 million for outfitting. Not a bad deal, actually. So we're going to keep that in mind. Oh, that thing of beauty. And it's kind of crazy to me that we're actually getting close to Anaconda. Like, if I got a Python, I'm actually halfway to an Anaconda. Like, if that's pretty crazy. Federal Corvette looks awesome. Imperial Cutter, I can't wait. I don't care if it handles like a tank or a blimp or whatever. I mean, yeah, let's just be honest. It's awesome looking. It's like a giant Clipper Conda. I'm gonna call it that, the Clipper Conda. So I'll tell you what. I'm actually gonna do the shipyard stuff and see if the Python is viable. If it is, I'm going to go ahead and sell the Fertile Ants and start outfitting it. And what I mean by viable is if I have enough capital to do that. If not, we're just going to take what we have excess right now and do a Courier, because I figured out a way that I can pretty much get most of it maxed out without dipping into selling my other ship. So I'm going to be back in a second. Okay, so we are looking at the new and improved Imperial Courier. Well, not really improved, I just pretty much maxed out what I think I could do. There's a few more things I can add to it, but for the most part, I just ran out of money. The biggest one is the interdictor that I have for this. I could not afford the maxed out A-class, or A-rated one, because it was already like 7 million as it was. So there's that. But most everything else, I went ahead and maxed out what I did in the shipyard. So we'll do hard points first. I'm trying out the burst lasers because I'd honestly never used them before. And they're supposed to be better than the pulse, I believe. Beam, I think, is still best, but they have the highest draw. So it's like 1.1 power draw per that particular hardpoint size, class, whatever. Let's see if I can find the burst. The burst, which is what we have, only draw 1.04, but they do a little less damage. And then the pulse do 0.6. So if we found we wanted more power, I could cut that in half almost by dropping to pulse lasers. But, you know, that was kind of one of those. I just wanted to play around with this one a little bit. Hadn't used the burst ones before, so we went with 3 burst, 2 A-class shield boosters, kill warrant scanner, and a frame shift scanner. I did go with E's instead of A's for power purposes. Again, I could drop my guns to pulse and then maybe upgrade those. You know, stuff like that you could play around with. Didn't do anything with the bulkheads, which apparently I could do. I didn't know that. Advanced structure and compounds offer improved resistance against all types of attacks. So we could upgrade the alloy of it, but I'm not really worried about that right now. Then you go to military, which is kind of another superior protection against all types, and then you can do either kinetic or thermal with the other two. Me personally, I probably wouldn't go above military grade just because I like all-around defense more than one or the other. So then we did an A-class power plant, A-class thrusters, A-rated, I should be saying, not class. I did do the max-in slot for most everything else in terms of class size, but A-rated thrusters, A-rated power plant, A-rated frame shift drive. I left life support the way that it is because usually I either get blown up or I don't, but I don't usually have like the broken cockpit type stuff. A power distributor, A sensors, can't really do much with the fuel tank. I did go for the bi-weave shields. This has been recommended to me a couple of times in the comments and things, but I did it for 2 different reasons. One, the A-class shields have a much higher power draw. So it was kind of one of those, if I had did the bi-weave, I was under, I think the shipyard had me at, with this setup, I'm at 99% with my hard points deployed. Now I did add a few things to that, so I will have a tiny bit of power management to do. But if I went with standard shields at an A rating, then it was going to be over the limit by a lot, or at least like a full point or something. So I decided to try the bi-weave because a lot of people were telling me they don't last as long, but they recharge much faster, and the shield boosters, I was kind of like, that could kind of compensate. I put in the frame shift drive I could afford right now. A frame shift drive interdictor, I should say. I did want to put the A in, but it's like a 6 million, 7 million, so I couldn't afford it. I did an A-rated scoop, and I did put in a planetary vehicle hangar and a vehicle for the SRV. Now, I did not have that in the shipyard. In the shipyard I had, I think, bulk or hull reinforcement package. So that's something we could play around with. And this is actually what put me over my power limit. So if I didn't want to do any power management, I could probably just swap that out for a hull reinforcement and leave my second ship for planet missions and things like that. I'm kind of building this one more for bounty hunting than anything else. And I did put in an advanced discovery scanner when I found out that it wouldn't cost me any power whatsoever. For some reason, it doesn't do any power draw off of your power plant, and the advanced has no, as far as I'm aware, it has no limit. It'll just scan anything in the system, which is pretty cool. And of course, my lazy docking computer, because I'm lazy. And the planetary approach suite came with it. That wasn't part of the shipyard yet. That's not added into the website for doing custom stuff. So that's what we went with. And then, of course, with the, I don't know how you're supposed to say that, livery? I'm not really sure. But we did my Black Friday paint job, and I put my Combat Master decals. I was going to put it down here, but this is like on the bottom of the ship, and who looks there? So yeah, really cool looking overall. I'm really excited to use this because it's pretty much decked out, honestly. There's a few things that aren't A-rated that we could try, but for the most part, it's pretty good to go. For modules, let's see, where is my planetary thing? We can put this on, oh wait, no, I can't prioritize the Discovery Scanner. That's weird. Okay. Kill warrant scanner, interdictor. Interdictor can be on 2 because I'm not going to use that while I'm deployed hard points, I don't think. Fuel scoop can be 3. Docking computer can be 3. Cargo hatch can be 3. Where is... There it is. I'm going to put you on 2. So that should be good. That should keep us where we want to go. For fire groups, we'll do this, and then... I tell you what, actually, we're going to do... Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. I am going to do a second one, just because, and it's just going to be the kill warrant scanner and the wake scanner. That'll be more for, like, in-system when we're fighting, and this is more like everyday stuff. Not that I really need it, just because. Now, the cool part to this... Gosh, our rebuy cost is only 300 grand? Really? Jeez. This is such a different ship than I'm used to. I'm used to very expensive ships. Okay, so I need to do something. Maybe do just the nav beacon. I don't think I have a lot of room to work with in Shinrarta, though. So, I didn't launch yet. I'm going to find a system that, basically anywhere but here, that has more active bounty stuff, and then we're going to go hunting just for a few minutes, because I apologize for taking all this time doing all this, but this was kind of more of a refit and rebuild and stuff like that after the last episode, which was kind of the action stuff. So hopefully you guys don't mind all that. I will see you in some kind of action sequence system where we can fight something. Okay, so I am still here. I plotted a course to a system that's only one jump away. And there's so many planets with rings around it, there's gotta be a... There has to be a, some shape or form resource extraction site somewhere in all that madness. But it occurred to me that I've mentioned this twice now, and forgot, or more than that, and forgot to look and see if we can sell any data. We can! Alright, cool. Now, this is sell page. Okay, so we just have a little bit of data everywhere. That's pretty cool, though. Kind of worth having a scanner for. So let's take this out. I haven't actually taken the ship out yet, so I wanted to actually do it this way. I like how it's like a fighter jet. It looks like a jet cockpit. It's pretty cool looking. Ooh, almost took the top off. Oof. She sounds cool.
Scan detected.
Let's take a peek. I like that it's black, too. That's one of those... I know it's an Imperial ship and you get used to seeing them as white and everything, but yeah. That looks cool. Alright, so let's head over to this other system, and I will meet you guys there when we're at some kind of place where I can shoot something. Alrighty, so here we are at the probably closest resource extraction site I could find, and we found ourselves an Eagle, which is not really a great test subject, but, you know, take what you can get, right? So, let's see how nimble we are here. Oh yeah, that's right, I have burst on. Okay, so we have to watch our power consumption on these, because they do use power quite a bit. Come here. This is actually a pretty good test of the maneuverability of the ship, because if you can get around on an Eagle or something, those things are really nimble. Now, I will say, while these use power a lot faster, they also seem to be recharging really fast, too.
Target destroyed.
Alright, what do we got? Adder? What are you up to? I was kind of looking for some big game just to see how it held up against the bigger ships. This is just a normal resource extraction site, though. It's not a high or anything like that. Unfortunately, I was kind of hoping to find one, but... Yeah, I like how the bursts work, but man, they eat power. They are power hogs. Now, I don't know, since we have the best distributor and we have the best power plant, I don't know if there's any way, like, if I put the same class and everything of weapon...
Target destroyed.
Ooh, Python, here we go. That's more what I wanted to see. I'm kind of hoping that we can actually pull this off and everybody isn't like, oh, don't do it, it's a Python. Because I'm pretty sure the Courier can kind of hold its own. I mean, it's a beast little, from what I understand, it's supposed to be a beast little ship. What's that? Is that a clipper? Now, the only thing is, to save on power, I didn't put in the A-class scanners, which is kind of unfortunate because... Hey, don't kill me before I get to test my ship out. I don't think that was a very good test, because there was like 4 other ships attacking him. Just a thought. Ooh, he's wanted, but he is in a wing. That might be biting off more than I can chew, but thankfully, it only costs us about 300 grand to rebuild or rebuy the ship, so I'm not really worried about it. Let's see what this baby can do. Let's push it.
Under attack.
Let's see how these bi-weave shields and everything hold up against something bigger than me. Now, I don't want to run into things. I'm not in my heavy-duty fertilance anymore. Now, one thing I don't know is, do the bi-weave shields recharge faster, in terms of, like right now, when I'm wanting them to recharge, or do they have, is it like they recharge faster when they're down kind of thing? I don't know. They seem to be coming back though, so that's good. Though, I don't know about these burst lasers. These burst lasers are eating up power, and I can't sustain them for very long. Which is kind of bad. Yeah, I don't know about this. I mean, it's a cheap ship, but I'm not worried about, like, having to rebuy it or whatever, but still. I'm not sure I can handle this. We're gonna find out, though. Come on, bi-weave. Bring it back. One of the big issues I'm seeing is, really, it comes down to the burst lasers, that I can't sustain their fire for very long. And so, it's not really letting me actually do a whole lot of damage to his hull, which is not cool. I don't know about this. Because my Ferdy would have probably already taken him out. I mean, it's fun to experiment and try new things, and like I said, I still have my Fertilance, so I'm not really worried about it. It's not like, oh no, I sold my ship and now this is not a good one, you know. Oh, and for those of you that may wonder that I didn't bring it up before, I did look at the Python. The trouble is, when I was wanting to buy stuff for the Python, it is so expensive to buy stuff for that ship. that it just wasn't like, I couldn't have hardly bought anything. Come on, take that power plant out already. I mean, we're nimble and I like that. I'm not having to mess with my engines and stuff like that like I did on the Fer-de-Lance very much, but we've been fighting this thing for forever. Now I can't... Oh good, and I've got his second buddy is now on me. Great. Yeah, that's not good. We're gonna die. Yeah, it's mainly just the sustained fire. I can't really keep up my fire on it. Oh yeah, wait, no, that's not it. Clipper, yeah, it's a vulture. We're gonna try and bail. Mainly just because I do have a few bounties and I don't really want to lose that. But I don't know if I'm gonna keep this one or not. I might get rid of its parts and stuff and try and put that towards the Python, because I know I can buy the Python if I sell the Fer-de-Lance. But I just don't have enough money to outfit it, which kind of stinks. So now I will say, I do know now there is a resource extraction site system. Dropping too close. What the? What is this? That was different. Anyways, I do know that there's a system that's only one jump away from Shinrarta. So that's pretty cool, and we'll probably hang around here for a minute until we can work out some money issues. And I might work a little bit more, focus a little bit off camera, and try and get some extra funds going to where I can afford to buy the Python and outfit it in the next episode, maybe. Hopefully. I don't know, because I honestly don't play Elite too much outside of my episodes. A lot of you know that already, but for those of you that don't, I really don't do it too much, so there's that. But yeah, I don't know that I'm going to keep this one. It's just, I think it's too much of a step back from the Fer-de-Lance. That the Fer-de-Lance isn't as mobile, but it just packs a punch, and its shields don't go down that fast. So I'm thinking I'll probably stick with that one, and I'll probably just get back what I put into this one, and go from there. So I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace!